Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Social Battery Podcast. Good to have you guys join us from wherever you are tuning into. I am your host, Daniel, and I am here with my 4 friends and co-hosts,
Ju,
Kevin,
Seon,
and Jax.
As you guys might have heard right now, Jax, or Jaekyeom, right?
Yeah.
He couldn't make it to the first 3 episodes, but now he'll be here constantly, correct?
Yes, sir.
So before we get into today's topic, which is the infamous Korean military topic, let's just have a little introduction about Jaekyeom. So Jaekyeom, how are you, man?
All good. Thank you. Hello, listeners to the Social Battery Podcast. My name is Jaekyeom, and here I think I have a lot of names. Like I have various friends, and they all call me differently. But here with the boys here, they call me Jax, and I'm comfortable if you guys call me Jax too. So yeah, I think since I've heard the first episode, I'm gonna introduce myself as a Latin Korean too. I'm from Guatemala. I was born there. And I came to Korea in 2018 to study in Korea University.
Nice.
Yes, and I don't know. I'm in the same class with Daniel, so I've known him the longest here.
Class of 2018.
Yes, sir. And then I got to know Kevin, Seon, and Ju was the last person who I knew here.
True.
And if I talk about myself more, I was born in Guatemala, as I said. I lived there for 18 years.
Yeah.
Came to Korea once or twice. Once when I was a baby.
Yeah.
And the second time was in 2017 when I was putting my files to universities. Then I went back to Guatemala, spent like a year there. Then came in 2018.
Any hardships? Any hardships as a Guatemalan Korean?
Hardships in Guatemala?
Both
In
Guatemala
both?
and
Okay.
Korea.
Well, I heard you guys talking about racism last time.
Yeah.
Since we have the Korean eyes.
Yeah.
And we don't look like those people.
Yeah.
So we're the foreigners there. But since I lived there for a long time, and the school I went to, it was an American school by a Korean, how do I say it? She was the owner.
A Korean person.
Yeah, a Korean
Nice.
person was the owner of that school. Well, the school started as an academy, but then it built up and grew as a school. So the school was like packed up of Koreans.
A lot of Koreans.
Yeah.
But I mean, in Guatemala, like the Korean community is huge, right?
Oh yeah, I heard it in the last podcast
Yeah.
that you guys commented that the Korean society community is really big in Guatemala, and I think it's true because it's so big that they even made a road. They called the government named it as the Avenue Seoul.
Wow.
And
That's cool.
in that road, or that, I don't know, in that part, there are a lot of Korean restaurants, Korean markets, and even a lot of Korean people live there.
It's like a Korean town.
It's like K-Town, but I don't know, they didn't want to get influenced by, the American references of naming a place as K-Town or Chinatown, so I guess they just named it as
Seoul Avenue?
Seoul
Avenue.
Oh, that's nice.
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
Oh, and so my hardships, I think it's the same here with all of you. Because when you're in the street walking, let's say, there are a lot of people that just call you Chinese. Like, they shout out, "Hey, Chino! Hey, Chino!" They even do the thing, to grab your attention, But instead of that, like, didn't have really, since I was in a, American school full of Koreans, like 90% was Koreans, so I couldn't really have a bad interaction with the Guatemalan people.
Mm.
And I think that thing made that was like a big practice, should I say? Because when I came to Korea my first time, yeah, it was a little bit hard to, learn about the Korean culture and, get the buses and take the metro. Cause
It's
kind
confusing.
of, it's confusing.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah.
But, after like a year, not even a year, like 6 months, since I was with so many Koreans, I think I could have adapted really fast. And I didn't have a lot of difficulties in Korea unless, how to treat people and that stuff. Because, since, as you guys said in the last podcast, we have the mentality of the country of Latin America.
Yeah.
And when we came here, yeah, we can interact with Koreans, all good, but whenever they're like, I think they're not that open-minded, should I say?
Koreans?
Yeah, the Koreans. Like, when we just came in 2000, when I
Yeah.
just came here in 2018, it was more of a, when I did something that's normal in Latin America, they will be like, oh, why are you doing that? Like, so,
It's like a culture clash, right?
Yeah. And I think the most difficulty I had here in Korea is like, the mental crisis of what am I? So, I mean here, like, I didn't know if I should act like as a Korean or I should, keep it up with my roots, like being like a Latin Korean, I had some difficulties with that, but, I overcame with it and, I'm living just the way I am. So, that's, I think,
About it?
yeah, that's
Thank
all
you for
about it.
sharing.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
A very brief explanation of Jaekyeom and who he is. We'll get to more details in the future episodes, with all of us. But I think we can begin with our topic today, right? Because it's a very long topic.
Yeah.
Actually, it is.
Yeah, because in Korea, if every there's the same. Every Korean man that's gone to the military, and once they're discharged, they can talk with any other man about the military for days.
Yeah,
For weeks.
A long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
And it's true because there's so many things you can relate or be like, oh, your military base did that? Ours didn't. They didn't let us do that, and things like that. But we want to talk about the military because, like Jacob said, I think it's also a very big part of our clash of whether we should be Korean or not.
Yeah.
Because especially if you were not born in Korea but your parents are Korean, you have Korean nationality, and most of the times you'll have the nationality of that country you were born in, right?
Yes, sir.
So then you can decide whether you want to go to the Korean military or not.
Yeah.
And once that point comes in your life where you have to decide, it's like, oh, do I really want to go through this military thing to be fully Korean, or do I just not want to go to my Korean roots and just stay with like not a Korean citizen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And actually, there's a lot of people in Latin America who are living that way.
Yeah.
They are in their country
Mm-hmm.
and they can't come to Korea because, well, they can come, but they can't be a citizen of Korea.
Yeah.
So they can't work here, they can't get life insurance here.
Not just Latin America, right? It's everywhere.
Yeah,
in the world.
everywhere in the world actually.
America, United States, Europe,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. And if any of our listeners don't know, Korean military is obligatory for all able Korean men.
Mm-hmm.
So right now the term is what, 18 months?
Yes.
Around a year and a half, let's
Year
say.
and a half.
Yeah, for the army,
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
Korean army, obligatory
obligatory.
army time. And I think it's a good way to ask this question first.
Mm-hmm.
A year and a half. You guys think that's too long? Because, and let's get this straight first. This Korean term that everyone has to serve obligatory, it used to be longer.
Yeah, way
Back
longer.
in my dad's time, it was 3 years.
Yeah, 36 months I think.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
Like, that is a long time.
yeah.
Imagine going to university first 2 years, and then they say, okay, you have to go to the military. 3 years. You're 3 years older than you. All your friends probably already graduated. And you come back, and you just have to start 3rd and 4th year.
after 3 long years. Oh,
Yeah.
I think that's really hard.
So let's consider that into our arguments,
Mhm.
our opinions, and say now, is a year and a half too long? 18 months too long?
Personally, I think it's just enough. Just okay. Maybe it has to. I think it has to be at least 1 year, because being 1 year in a place lets you know what happens every month. So you get used to it and you know how to cope and deal with different problems that comes every season.
That's true.
Because winter is going to be different with summer.
Mm.
So if you stay less than a year, you're gonna not be able to stay in the base for some seasons. And if we get to war, you would not be used to serve in the army
Yeah,
in some different time periods.
true. I haven't thought about that. That's actually...
That's good insight.
Yeah, that is.
I think the 6 extra months are pretty useless
Yeah.
because within that year I already learned everything I had to learn.
Yeah.
Because for the first years you would like really try to get used to the place and try to learn everything, like your skills or anything like that. But after those extra 6 months, basically you don't do anything. You already learned everything you know, and you're basically just staying there waiting for your discharge date. So it's, in my opinion, those last 6 months are a waste of time. So like Seon said, 1 year is very adequate for me.
Yeah, I think 1 year is adequate.
18 months, right?
Yeah.
1 year and a half. So, I don't know about you too, but when I went to the military, when I did my military service, I did 19 months. Because when I was inside, it was starting to reduce
Oh yeah.
to 18 months. So, but like, I all respect y'all, what you guys think. But I think 1 year and a half, it's kind of adequate. Because, like, you guys, as Daniel said, it was 3 years. And at the time, the military service wasn't like it was a must, but people really didn't want to go because there was a lot of violence inside it. There was a lot of, how should I say it? A part of the violence, there were a lot of problems inside the military that, it made a lot of men don't want to go. But since, it's 2024 and, a lot of things changes inside the military. I think you guys too all experienced the changes inside the military too, inside, when you guys were inside.
Yeah.
So right now, what I felt is that they really try to, encourage people to go to the military service because they are actually changing it. But when you ask 1 year and a half, is it adequate? I think it's adequate because, Kevin, you said that the last 6 months are not worth it.
Yeah.
But what I feel is like after a year of learning everything, it requires a lot of practice to, masterize what you learned. But whenever, I know you guys know it, but if you're inside, most of the time, it's not practice. It's doing, like...
Road work.
Yeah, it's road
Yeah.
work or...
Shoveling.
True.
Cleaning.
Yeah.
So, if there's a lot of those times in the middle, sometimes you will forget because you're a person too and you're not perfect. So I think the reason why they made it 1 year and a half is, I think they had this in mind too, that they require a little bit of practice. More of a practice of what you learn inside of it. So I think it's adequate, but yeah. What about you, Daniel? What do you think?
I think I'm in between, I really can't pick a side. I have good arguments for both sides. I can agree with what everyone said of 1 year being enough and 1 year and a half being enough. It's being adequate. But there's this thing. I'm going to first say about the 1 year. I agree with you guys on that. After 1 year, even during that 1 year, we don't do that much, right? But we learn the basics in 1 year. And like you said, in all 4 seasons, We get to experience what it's like to be in the military for all 4 seasons, which is great. But then after those 6 months, it's like you really don't do anything, right? It's just a repetition of what you've done. But on top of that, what Jaekyeom said, if you do repeat it, like you said, people forget. So it's a nice way to try and remember what you did, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like we have to talk about how we are ranked in that place, because it's like 2등병, 1병,
Yeah.
3병, 병장. I'm just gonna say like second class soldier, whatever Wiki told me.
Okay, so it's
First class
first
soldier.
class private, second class private, corporal, and then it's sub sergeant. I think it was.
It's different for all the branches. Let's
Yeah,
keep it with Yukon though.
Yeah.
Second class soldier is 2등병, the first rank, one line. And then the second one is first class soldier, and then it's superior soldier, and then finally the 4 lines is soldier chief. And that's the thing. After 1 year, you're basically a soldier chief. You're the highest rank for the obligatory military service, right?
Yes.
What do you guys do when you're 4 lines, when you're Pyeongjang? Nothing. Pyeongjangs are known to be like, oh yeah, I'm the highest rank from you guys. I'm just gonna be in my room and relax.
Yeah. Just point at people, do this, do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's also another reason why I think that 6 months might be a bit more
Yeah.
unnecessary.
So that was my. I wanted to talk about that. That was one of my arguments that I think 1 year is enough. Yeah.
But even if you change it to 1 year, the Pyeongjangs, the 4 line people, the soldier chiefs, they're still gonna act like that.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
they're gonna slack off their last 3 months.
Exactly.
Maybe. Yeah.
And that might even be worse because they might not know what it's like to
Yeah.
experience it in a certain season.
True. True.
So I feel like it's always half
Yeah.
this argument, right?
Yeah, always.
But most of the time, people that haven't gone to the military will be like, nah, it's too long.
Oh, yeah.
Without even having an argument, right?
True.
So I think it's a great conversation for us about this. And I have to get this in the clear first. Our friend here, Ju, he hasn't gone to the military. You want to talk a little bit about that? Why? And
Yeah. I mean, I haven't gone because I'm not going as a soldier. I'm going as a social worker. And for that, I have to apply and they have to accept me. And that is like 2 times a year or 1 time a year. And I have to wait for that to come out. So I have to wait a little bit.
Nice. And before we get into more details or more arguments and opinions, let's just get a few things about the Korean military in factual ways.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It's made up of 4 branches, right? The
Yeah.
Republic of Army, Republic
ROK.
of Korea Army, ROK, Army,
Yeah.
which is what most Korean men go
Most
to.
people go. Yeah.
That's just basically ground forces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like nothing, just ground forces.
We call them
Tanks.
ground dogs actually.
Ground dogs.
Yeah.
Well, that's how you say it in English,
Yeah.
I guess, if you translate it. And then the other branch is the ROK Navy. How long is the Navy? That's a bit longer, right?
Navy is
3 more months.
3 months.
3 more
longer.
months.
Yeah.
So 21 months.
21
Or-
months.
Yeah, that one is you're basically serving in the boat, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
In the battleship, I think.
I mean, it depends which branch you go.
Inside the Navy.
Yeah.
Right?
You could go to a port,
Mm,
and you would be like a ground soldier.
basically like the oceans
Yeah.
military.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then we got the ROK Marine Corps, which is like the elite.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we would like to call them, right? Of course,
Yeah.
consider them. They're like the ones that have to go through a trial and get picked to become part of the Marine Corps. That one is the same time, right?
Same time as the ROK.
No,
Yeah.
as
It's
the army.
18 months. Yeah.
All right, but it's harder to get
It's
in,
harder.
and it is harder to be in there too.
Yeah.
And then we got the ROK Air Force, which is really cool. The ones that are in the fighter jets.
I
And
mean,
that one's longer too, right?
yeah, 21 months.
Oh wait,
Yeah, I was from the
Air Force.
Air Force. Yeah.
Yeah, I was completely forgetting. Forgive me.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. So we have 1 Air Force, 3 armies,
And one
and
social worker.
1 social worker, and a social worker is same duration as the normal army, right?
No, 21 months.
Yeah,
Oh, that's longer.
It's
Yeah.
longer. Used to be 2 years, 2 full years, but they reduced it to 21 months.
Nice. And what else is there to talk about the Korean military? That's like basic facts.
Well, apart from that, you can apply to be a sergeant or an officer.
Oh, higher ranking.
Yeah,
right?
and
True.
that also applies for your mandatory service. You do it instead of your mandatory service, but it's longer. It's like
longer.
at least 2 years, 3 years.
It's like a job,
Yeah,
a part-time job, but it's not really part-time job.
it's a full time. It's an internship.
An internship.
Yeah,
True. An
That-
army internship.
yeah.
Yeah, and most of them are our age. They're like 25, 24.
I've seen sergeants younger than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes I think of, I regret not doing that. Because they pay you much more.
Yeah, they give you a house and
And you don't have to work as much. Like shoveling, like physical work.
I think it depends on the branch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, our sergeants would work their ass off.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, sorry for the word.
Nice.
Sorry.
I guess that depends, right?
Yeah.
Because ours, they were in the office.
No, but like, I think it's difference between the sergeants and the officers, which sergeants are more known as the soldiers that go outside and work, and officers are more of staying in an office and work in an office. So I think it depends on the branch, as you guys said. But, you know, you guys, the listeners have to know that, you know, what I said about the military service getting better means that the payment got better too to normal soldiers.
Yeah.
So nowadays, a lot of people don't really want to be a sergeant because they can get their same amount of money, same wage when they're in the fourth line.
Oh, let's just get this straight so we don't confuse the viewers. When we say normal military, quote unquote normal military, we're gonna talk about the 4 ranks: the first line, second line, third line, and fourth line.
Mandatory service.
The mandatory
The
service.
mandatory service.
And when we don't say normal military service, we're gonna be talking about like the
Sergeants,
the sergeants, the higher rankers.
higher rankers.
All right, sorry, go ahead. Yeah, but how much did we get paid when we were there at Jaekyeom?
When we're in the fourth line,
That's the Pyongyang.
what I remember was 60.
600,000?
600,000?
One,
Which
$700, $800.
no, it's like 500.
It depends on
Oh,
the
no,
currency.
$500.
Yeah.
Yeah.
depends on the currency, but at the time the sergeants got like 120.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1,200,000
1.2 Yeah.
won, right?
One.
That's why it's a big difference.
Big difference. But nowadays the fourth lines get
1.2.
no 1.1 or yeah, it was around 1.1.
So basically the same.
yeah, almost the same.
Yeah, which is a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, for a student,
That's a lot.
it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Obviously, once you graduate and you're not a student, that's not that much money, right? Because But back then, that's a lot of money. And even 600,000, I thought that was a lot of money.
Yeah, me too.
But then now, if you look at the people going now, they're getting paid double of what we did, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that was a good point. That's when we say that the military improved, the obligatory military, the normal army, is that the pay has risen, right?
A lot, yeah.
And yeah, I think that's about it for basics, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before we go into the official, like everyone goes to their own base. You have to have boot camp training for 1 month.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And that's basically where you learn many things. You learn how to shoot a gun, throw a grenade, how to disassemble and assemble a gun, clean it,
How to make your bed.
how to make your bed, how they want you to make your bed.
Yeah. How to fold your clothes.
Learn the military songs, which I think some of them are really great.
Some of them are really good, yeah.
Yeah, and then you go into the gas chambers,
Oh, yeah,
experience the gas. But we'll keep that for episode 2 of military because it's really long.
Yeah.
And we just want to talk about some arguments and opinions on the military. And 18 months of this service every able Korean man has to go through. We already talked about whether it's long, if it's too long or not. I also want to talk about, because there's a lot of issues in the military.
Yeah.
Especially back a few years back before we even started the military. It was known for a bullying ground, right?
Mm.
Just because one person is ranked higher than you, they're treating you bad and beating the pulp out of you, you know? And I think it's still going on these days, but it's well hidden.
It is.
What are your guys' opinions on how the government in Korea is trying to tackle that problem? Because they say, oh yeah, if you wanna like tell us who's bullying you, you can write a little note anonymously and just put it in the bathroom mailbox.
Yeah.
Which what are they gonna? They only read that, and then maybe best case scenario they send them to Korean military prison. But it's not gonna stop. I feel like in Korean society, social classes, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like basically a ranking in the military. The rank you have in military really appeals with your social status, I think.
Yeah, he's at the base. Yeah.
There's a prison for military service.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I worked there. You know,
Uh-huh.
I experienced it.
Yeah, there's
It's the
prison.
first time I'm hearing about it.
There's military prison.
If you go, for example, if you go 1 month to military prison, you have to do an extra month because
Of
that
your
doesn't
service.
count
Yeah.
for your service.
So, I wanna comment that, you know, as I said, the military service when of our dad's generation, it was 3 years, right? And it was kind of violent, and they bullied a lot of the lower ranks
Mm-hmm.
to make them disciplined, but they took over that, so it was really bad. But nowadays, as Daniel said, the resolution for that was, oh, if you're getting bullied, call 1339, or just put a
I know.
note in the mailbox inside the bathroom. But I think that was, on a certain point, it was okay,
Yeah.
because you could see and you could encounter the bully. You know, you can find yourself looking at somebody bullying another dude,
Mm-hmm.
which they both came for the same reason, but they're just bullying him because he's doing bad on the work, or he's how should I say, he's special.
Yeah.
But now I feel like when I was almost getting discharged, I feel like now a lot of people take advantage of that
Oh yeah.
and just write up everyone who they don't like, and just send them to the military
Yeah.
prison for no reason. So I think the government should, maybe the government, or maybe inside the military itself, they should solve the problem. But I don't think there's an exact answer how to solve this, because there's a lot of people from a lot of different places. They have all different backgrounds, and there can be problems. That's for sure, because it's not a weird place. It's a new place, and you have to live with this person for like
A
18
year.
months. Yeah, for a year. So there could be problems, but I don't think there's an exact answer to solve, the bullying inside.
Mm.
And you know what I noticed? When I was doing my service, there was this guy that came midway through my service, and he was bullying another guy in another base that was not mine. And then he did his time in the jail, and they sent him to ours.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
And then, I mean, thankfully he didn't bully anyone while he was in my base.
Yeah.
But it's like, why are you gonna send someone that did something wrong from this base just to another base? I understand maybe he had a bad history with someone there, and maybe that's why they sent him. But what if he's just a person that just likes to bully people, he likes to put down people, and he does the same thing in my new base, It's like they're sending a problem to maybe create another problem.
Oh yeah.
But I think this is part of Korea's military history, like the bullying culture.
Yeah.
Because
True.
the thing is, we're in the army, and if you are a higher rank, you have this responsibility that you have to order your the lower ranked people, because you have more knowledge and you've been in the military for a longer time. So
And it is true.
yeah, and so it's not that I agree with bullying,
Oh yeah.
but you have to make these people follow your orders.
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Because
of
since
course.
you're in the army, when you're in a war, you're gonna have to command them to do something, and
Oh, yeah.
and if you don't create that atmosphere, it could cause problems, But there's a fine line between how you do the bullying, right?
Exactly.
Like it could be verbal, physical.
No, but physical should not.
Physical
be
should not be part of it,
Yeah.
obviously. But I think a little bit of verbal bullying is okay. Not bullying, but
But
like
saying firmly your points.
yes, telling him like you did this wrong. You should try to
course.
do this better.
Yeah.
next
Oh
time.
yeah.
You shouldn't do this.
Yeah, but
That's true.
I feel like there's a difference between educating and
bullying.
bullying someone.
Bullying.
Like,
Yeah. For sure.
there's
But-
a big difference.
I also agree with what you said, and especially in Korean military where every man has to go through it, right? You're gonna meet people from different backgrounds, from different histories,
Yeah.
So there's gonna be some people there that maybe they just haven't listened to a higher person or an authority figure all their lives,
Mhm.
and they go there and they have to listen to that, then I think at that point you have to somehow grab
Right.
grab them and be like, not physically grab them, but you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
With how you say things, you have to verbally say something in a strong manner, whether you say a bad word or you call him something, and make sure that he's doing something right, because there's this thing also, if one person does wrong in the military, everyone did it wrong.
Yeah. Oh, that's
yeah.
called 연대책임.
Mm.
And well, in English, like literally, it's just what Daniel said. It's if
Cool.
somebody does something bad, everyone.
Did it bad.
Yeah.
So one's fault is everyone's fault.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. That's why it is necessary not to say bullying, but to firmly and in a strong manner tell them, this is not how you do it. You, but you know what I mean.
I mean, yeah, like Jacob said, the people these days, they're kind of taking advantage of that.
A lot.
And they're writing a lot of letters
Yeah.
if they don't like something small, like, oh, he told me to go get some water for him, or, you know, just kind of like stuff. They even write the letters on those kind of small issues.
The anonymous
Oh.
letters.
Yeah.
Can I say an example?
Yes,
Yeah, of
please.
course.
My friend was a cook in the military,
Mm-hmm.
and he had a new cook for the base. Who was new, and they were supposed to make breakfast. They have to wake up early, like at 5 a.m. earlier than us. So he went to the la cocina, ¿cómo se dice?
kitchen?
The kitchen.
Yeah.
He went to the kitchen, and he saw that the new guy was not there. So he went to his bed and he was sleeping. So he wake him up and told me, "Hey, you have to wake up early. You have to make breakfast. You're late. I'm sorry to tell you this, but you cannot be like this. You have to wake up early and make
Right.
breakfast with us." And he was like, what you said?" The new guy said to my friend, "What you said made me think about suicide. I'm gonna tell you."
But that's the thing, man. Like,
And I think he did not anything wrong. He didn't even shout at him. He was in the morning. He just said
What you have to do.
what you have to do, and he just said that, and he couldn't do anything because he could get into prison for that. So yeah, I think they're taking
That's
a
messed
lot
up.
of advantage. Yeah.
That's true, but I feel like they're taking advantage on both sides of the spectrum. Someone does something to you that's like, oh, come on, this is your duty, you have to do it. And it's like, and then like you said,
Yeah.
oh, this is making me think of suicide, or oh, why are you attacking me?
Yeah.
And they write a letter, then you're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah.
But at the same time, the people that are higher ranked, sometimes they could do something really bad because they are saying, oh, I'm ranked higher than you, so you have to do this.
what if right at that moment they could actually write? Like, if something really happened to them that was bad,
Oh, they should write it, of course.
then they could write it, right?
Yeah, of course.
But the thing is, because of the people that take advantage of that, what I noticed, they don't really take some of those notes seriously.
True. True.
Like one time I saw people like putting it in, many people.
Yeah.
What happened? Nothing. And I'm pretty sure out of like the 10, at least one of them was serious. But then the 9 were not. But because of those 9, even that one that was serious was given like a blind eye, you know what I'm saying? So in a way, we cannot really argue. Just because we argue, it's not going to change, right? But it's something that every Korean military goes through, I feel like.
I have, okay, since I worked as a military police, I do know how all of this
Works? Oh yeah.
Oh,
Give us your
yeah,
insights. MP,
So-
MP.
I think it's you know, in a sergeant or an officer in a military police base, you know, we get too close with they get too close with us. The reason is because there are a lot of, I would say, special people that want to take advantage. So the reason why they get close to us is because they want to know, because they don't sleep with us and they don't, spend the time with us, right?
Yeah.
The high class people.
Yeah.
So they ask us. They ask about the reputation of those special people. That's why, there are a lot of people who take advantage, but that's on, in many different base camps. But especially in the military police, because we're close to the military jail, and they're even investigators too. So we know who wrote it. everybody knows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
If somebody writes something, everybody knows, but everybody can tell if it's true or not. That's why,
Mm.
you know, that's why they don't take it that serious in some way, but they do take it serious because there was this time where, oh, maybe this is something for the second episode of this, but if I give you a little spoiler of this, it's that there was this sergeant. He was nice. He's a nice person,
Okay.
but he used his hands on everyone. On that, I mean, he liked to, to hit. But, in
a friendly manner?
In a friendly manner.
Like friends, like,
No,
bro.
oh, what's up, bro? Or, he just liked to joke around. But, there were some sergeants that were a lower ranked than him, and they got pissed. They got mad at him. So that's why they wrote him. But, this was a big thing because my base camp was isolated from the headquarters. So we, like the normal soldiers, are the 증인?
The witnesses?
The
Witnesses.
Witnesses. But you know what's gonna happen if we witness something. So I'll tell more about this in the next episode. But it's a problem. The violence inside or the bullying. So yeah, like as I said, I don't think there's a real answer to solve this problem.
Yeah.
But I believe each base camp, they have their own ways to solve this problem. Because all the bases are kind of different.
Yeah. I think we can compare military bullying with school bullying in a way, because for the officers, for the people in the higher rankers, never gonna know what's really happening there. So it's not. I don't think it's going to be 100% solvable. I mean, our society has been dealing with school bullying all their history, and it's still not being solved nowadays. So I think that same goes to the military bullying. It's not going to be solvable, but still we have to deal with it, and we have to do our best.
Do our best to.
I mean, but in some way it got better.
Yeah.
So we compare it to the past, right?
Yeah.
But from that we get another problem.
Yeah.
It's the taking advantage.
Yeah.
So it's just never ending problem.
Yeah.
It's problem after problem.
I feel like it's been it's passed down through generation.
So our friend Ju cannot join the conversation right now, but I mean, if there's something curious, you've always been curious on the military, or
Yeah, I didn't know about the prison.
Oh yeah.
I'm really shocked about it. Yeah, I really didn't know.
There's a whole legal system there. There's
it is.
military judge trials.
Yeah.
There's a judge there, and you go there, and you get an attorney. You get a
wait, are you talking from experience?
no. I had a friend.
It's very
who went-
specific, that's why.
No. I had a friend, and he told us it was frightening. We were seven of us. They would call to trial one by one,
Oh,
and they were sweating while they were waiting for their turn.
Of course.
Yeah.
I bet. But your friend did something wrong?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make for episode 2.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So subscribe, people, if you wanna listen about it.
Yeah, make sure to tune in for the next episode. Because since you didn't go to the military yet or do the social work yet, I want to ask you, to Ju, a specific question. What is your opinion? Like, do you feel left out? Oh, I'm sorry for the siren, guys. We'll apologize every time.
It's something normal here, so
Yeah.
We're not doing anything illegal, by the way.
always.
But yeah, I want to ask you, you feel any indifference having not gone to the military? Or you feel like left out, or you feel like, oh, maybe if I went, I could have experienced this, or oh, maybe since I didn't go, I cannot experience it, but I'm glad I didn't go, or something like that.
No, I'm really curious. I really want to go and experience what Joel experienced. So I can be a little bit more mature, and it will be helpful for me. But I'm still good. I'm still getting ready because it's not the time to prepare for that. So I'm okay. I don't feel left out. I feel alright.
Oh,
That's fine.
I'm feeling very curious about hearing all your stories.
You like our little military stories?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many.
Yeah. I mean, it
There's
was
too
a year and a
much.
half.
There's too much
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, there's too much.
Oh, what was that thing I was gonna ask you guys? When it comes back to me, I'll bring it up.
So there are this so many controversial topics
Hello.
about inside the military. But you know, there's not an exact answer for all of them, actually, and it's really hard to, balance the problems and the answers. So, yeah. But about the military jail, as a person who worked there, it's really how should I say? It's really awkward because you have to see the prison. I don't want to say a prisoner. You have to see that soldier who did something bad inside a cage, like
Like a jail cell.
like a jail cell, like literally doing nothing.
No, what do you mean by doing something bad?
So, okay,
It's
It's
like
a wide spectrum.
it's like society.
so So, inside the military, there are a lot of people that do something bad, which it includes like sexual harassment.
Mm.
It includes literally beating somebody up, or beating a higher ranker than you, somebody that's in a higher ranker than you, or maybe doing drugs, drinking alcohol, driving while drinking alcohol, or like doing 도박,
Oh,
Gambling.
illegal gambling, doing drugs, or even like watching porn inside there.
Oh, yeah.
So there are many problems, and if you're caught, you're taken to the military jail. But you're not taken to the military jail easily, because the captain of that base, he's gonna look how bad your thing is. So if you did something really bad, something really bad that everybody thinks, oh, he's gonna go to jail, then that's when you go to jail. And about what you said last time, that another dude that did something bad in another base camp came to your base camp. I had that experience too, but when they come, they know that if they do something bad here too, they got a red line crossing their name. And when you get a red line crossing your name, that means when you come out to society, you're a criminal too. You have a criminal record. So I think that's how they manage up solving problems like that. But there's a lot of problems, and there's a lot of things to talk about. But we never know what are the answers to those questions.
I recently read an article. I'm gonna bring it up right now, and it said a Korean. I'm gonna quote this article. It's from IOP Korea. They say a Korean all-you-can-eat barbecue restaurant has been embroiled in controversy over price discrimination.
Oh, that's a huge topic.
All-you-can-eat restaurants offer unlimited servings for a fixed price. The issue arose when this restaurant charged soldiers 3,000 won more than the regular adults. And the owner explained that when soldiers dine, they consume about 5 servings each, leading to significant losses. What are your guys' opinion? And there's this base next to a little small city, a little town,
Yeah.
where the prices are hiked up. Like the
Yeah.
PC cafes, prices are like triple the price
Yeah.
because a lot of military people go. So
Really?
I feel like this, yeah.
Do they purposely raise the prices?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they purposely do.
Only for the
military.
soldiers?
This is recent. There's an old one about the
Yeah.
PC cafes rising the prices next to the
No,
military bases.
PC Cafe has been doing this like for a long time. It's just that people are bringing it out now because they were experiencing this. Younger generations right now, we have social media and we can talk about this more openly. So I think that's the reason why it's brought up right now.
Yeah. What are your guys' opinions? I think it's kind of discriminating.
Yeah, it's discrimination.
Then why would they start an all-you-can-eat buffet? In this case, why would you start an all-you-can-eat buffet if you cannot afford someone having 5 plates?
I do understand why the owner raises
Yeah,
the
of course.
prices.
I don't want to
Yeah.
hate on him, but
If he's gonna do that, he can raise the prices for everyone.
Exactly. That's what some people are saying.
True.
Some people are saying, why didn't you just raise the prices for everyone?
Exactly. If it's only the soldiers, then. Or is it because the soldiers eat more than
Yeah,
the
of
usual
course.
person?
And it's obvious a soldier will eat more because they're in the base for how many months without being able to leave the base. And once you come out, of course you want to eat something delicious. All you can eat buffet. Eat as much as you want. Eat some meat, you know? Obviously they're going to eat more if they can.
I think if they raise prices for everyone, then the cities and customers will not go because it's too expensive.
Yeah.
I think that's why they're only charging higher for the soldiers.
You think that's right though?
No.
It becomes unfair for the soldiers.
Yeah.
But we also have to think, of course he doesn't want to lose money.
Yeah, of course. It's a business.
It's a business, but at the same time it's kind of discriminatory, don't you think?
Yeah.
Is it just discriminatory in some places, or is it?
What do you mean?
Like is this problem, like it got viral because it happened in a certain or
In this case, in this specific restaurant, it was very recent. But like you said, this PC cafes or the cafes or restaurants near bases, there's this small town. I don't remember. If I remember, I'll let you guys know. But
Right.
there was this whole small town
Mm-hmm.
where all the prices were increased double from what you would normally buy because it was next to a military base.
Mm-hmm.
Because they know, oh, if we raise this prices, these military people will pay it anyways because they want to experience it while they're out for a whole day.
Oh. Well, that's kind of messed up.
It is messed up.
Yeah, but it's messed up. And I'm assuming it happens in other businesses too, which doesn't even consider military, you know? Obviously, they're going to be business people that'll be like, let's raise this price because they're going to buy it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But since it came to light, I feel like it's a good topic to talk about because it's kind of discriminatory in my opinion.
Like,
Right.
I mean, if you're the owner of that, restaurant, I think I will be happy if I get more customers like the military soldiers because, if it's because normally all of the bases are above a hill or they're
Yeah.
isolated.
Away from society.
Yeah, and like let's say citizens don't really go to that place. So I think I'll be happy and I will just reduce the price to make it, to make for them to come up more often.
Mm-hmm.
Like the soldiers to come more often, but like this is messed up.
But, then what would you change? Sorry, what was I gonna say?
It's okay. It's okay. You can bring it up.
No, sorry. What would you change if you were doing this business and you were losing a lot of money and you have to provide for your family? What changes would you make then?
Oh, well, but that's the case. Like, if I know on a certain time, on a certain time of the day, I know soldiers are not coming, then I would, I think it's kind of
It's difficult,
controversial.
right?
Yeah,
It's
it's
very
difficult.
Difficult.
You gotta put the price
You
up,
got-
but
You gotta think on both perspectives, I
Yeah.
feel like.
Mm.
Because
Yeah.
these business owners, they could have bad intentions, but they also have a family to feed.
Yeah.
I understand that they need more money, and since you said that the soldiers eat more than the usual person, it could be that they're losing like profits.
Yeah. For this certain case, we
For
can
that
say that.
current case, we
Yeah.
can say
But
that.
for the whole town that changed the price,
But that, yeah,
Oh.
that one's bad.
that is messed up,
Yeah.
right? That is messed up.
Yeah, but it's difficult
it's a
in
hard
this
topic,
in this
it is.
certain topic for the article from the article. It's a very hard topic.
Okay, maybe.
But eventually
Oh.
they said he closed down.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
because he couldn't,
they
yeah.
closed.
He closed. Yeah, he couldn't afford it
Damn.
Yeah.
That's bad.
because of all the bad reviews after this was.
Oh,
Brought to
yeah.
The criticism.
Yeah,
criticism.
we can talk about that for another episode, but
But do you think they had that in mind before starting a business there? Or was it their
I mean,
circumstances? that
Maybe
kind of
they
changed it?
saw first when the first military guys went. They saw they ate a lot.
And then they
so-
thought we should
yeah.
also make a restaurant there.
I think like a very not that it's gonna help anymore, but one way to overcome that could be like it's an all-you-can-eat buffet, but there's an exception. If you eat like more than you can have 4 plates for this price, but then if you have more than 4 plates, full plates,
Mm-hmm.
you have to pay 3,000 more. You know, after your 4th one or something.
Well, then it wouldn't be like.
But no,
you can
the
eat.
thing, of course,
Yeah.
That's why you just take out the all-you-can-eat buffet thing, right?
Yeah, just go to fixed prices.
Or what about like there are some buffets all you can eat that give you a certain time to eat, like until this time. If you came to eat, but your time limit is 1 hour and a half. All you can eat.
The soldiers tend to eat really fast.
Yeah. Yeah. A
But
lot.
it takes time to make let's say they're eating barbecue. It takes time to
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you could do like a policy where if you leave food, you have to pay for the
Oh, yeah,
food
yeah.
that you
Oh,
use,
yeah.
of course.
No, but I'm pretty sure he's done all of that, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think maybe he tried all of that and then it didn't work. Anyways,
It's difficult.
Yeah.
That's the point.
It just came to my mind.
Yeah.
Maybe the government could make some helping subsidies to these businesses near military bases, where they give these subsidies to these business owners, so they can lower the prices for the soldiers, and then everybody would be happy, right?
But
Just a maybe. It was a maybe.
yeah,
Yeah.
but there's still a lot of controversy on the government spending too much money on
Yeah.
military, especially when you
True.
raise the
Monthly.
the
Monthly.
monthly
wages.
wages.
for soldiers.
Yeah.
That itself was already a controversy in Korea.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Because there are people that believe that spending that much money in the military is not that necessary.
Yeah.
Like they say you can spend it somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
but there's a lot of people who agree with
Exactly.
paying more because Korean soldiers or the Korean military is not acknowledged as American citizens and like respecting the soldiers. When I watched like those kinds of videos where you see like in an airport and all of the Americans see a soldier, they're like, oh, thank you for your
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
they're not that acknowledged.
In
Like
Korea.
Korea is not that acknowledged as they are.
Mhm.
So probably that's why the people who agree of raising up the wages is because they go to spend 1 year and a half of their lives. As you guys said, you can do something else in that certain amount of time, which they should be comfortable and be happy to go and willing to serve their country.
Mm-hmm.
But as there are controversies and as people who went there, like it's the same. It's actually the same. Staying here outside or going to the military is kind of the same. Pretty similar.
Anyone have anything else they want about the military arguments?
About the differences of people treating soldiers in Korea and in America. I think that's because in America, soldiers, they apply and they want to become soldiers.
And it's not obligatory.
Yeah, and that's why they feel more prestige about their jobs.
And their military discounts.
That's a good point. Yeah.
But in Korea, basically like 95% of men go to military.
Yeah.
So it's like really common for people to see a soldier. So they don't see that something prestigious or something important. It's just something, just another person.
It's natural. You have
It's
to do
natural.
it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's true though. That's why there's not like military discounts for Korean soldiers, right?
No,
There are.
Oh, with our card, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the card they give you have 10% discount
True.
in convenience stores or watching a movie.
And actually,
Even parks like
Yeah.
the
Theme
world.
parks, yeah.
Theme parks.
My bad.
It's alright. It's alright.
and if you have any veterans, war veterans
Yeah.
in your family, then they actually treat you.
Really well.
well,
I think war veterans are different. They are really honored and they really respect them.
We have to respect.
We
Of
have
course,
to.
of course.
Thank you for your
Thank you, sir.
service.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
And while I was doing my military service and I came out like for the day
Mm-hmm.
with my military clothing on,
Yeah.
sometimes they would give me like extra food.
Oh shit!
Oh yeah, yeah.
sometimes
I
Yeah.
was like, whoa, thank you. And I was like, yeah, thank you for
Yeah.
serving your military. And they give me like 2 cheese balls.
Oh,
That's very unthankful.
Yeah.
one time my friend went for a day. They went to a restaurant, and when they went to pay, they were going to pay. someone already paid for them
Wow.
because they were in the military uniform.
I
Wow.
mean, yeah, there are also people that really
Yeah, of course.
respect.
And if you are in Korea and you see a soldier, be nice to them.
They're just a normal person like you.
yeah.
They're not they're not higher than you or lower than you. Because there's this case. I'm sorry, I'm changing. real
No,
quick.
it's fine.
A while back, these high school students, I think,
Yeah.
these two military guys were out for the day with their military clothes on.
Uh-huh.
They're just walking the street at night, and these high school kids or middle school kids just beat them up.
Oh, I
And they
think I
went
saw
to the
that.
hospital,
Out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Here in Korea?
In Korea,
Yeah, in
yeah,
Korea.
they just beat them up like a group of kids. And some people might say, why it's 2 adults versus like 7 kids. But still, it's 7 people attacking you at the same time, right?
No, but soldiers cannot fight back
True,
citizens.
That's a thing.
Because-
it's a law.
It's a law.
And that it's something bad you can do inside the military.
Yeah,
That
one of the
can-
bad things you can do.
Yeah. Beating up a citizen, a civilian.
Yeah, what if the civilian provokes you?
That's the
No.
thing of Korea. In Korea, if they provoke you and you don't hit them back, you're mostly gonna win the case. But if you hit them back, it's gonna become very difficult for anyone to win the case equally.
You need a witness, or you need some, like, if somebody has taken a video of the moment. Yeah, that can help you, and that can help you not be in trouble.
But it's
But
hard.
it's really hard because like everyone's not gonna film you all the time. It's kind of messed up.
It's like Korean military. I think we can like slowly wrap this up
Yeah.
because we also have a part 2,
Yeah.
and part 2 will be more fun
Mm-hmm.
from personal experiences. This one was more of an educational one,
Yeah.
but hopefully you guys learned something, right?
Yeah, of course.
But at the end of the day, I can confidently say I am proud that I went to the military in Korea.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Me too.
I have learned so much,
Mm-hmm.
and I actually miss it sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it's like you just do what they tell you to do, and you don't have to worry about anything else.
Yeah.
It was some easier days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like there's little happinesses. The
Oh,
smallest
yeah.
thing can make your day happy
Yeah.
when you're in your base.
True.
And I think we can all agree that being a military person, someone that's been to military in Korea, we're just like anyone else.
Yeah.
We're not asking for special treatment, right? We're not asking for like give us more money, give us more military discounts. But I think what I wish some people would do is just don't look at military people as if they're lower than you. Because most of the men here, they don't want to go.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go into B&E,
Yeah, me neither.
but we have to.
Who
Yeah.
wanted to go?
So why are you treating them really badly
Exactly.
when at the end of the day it's not even their fault they're in the military? You know,
And we're protecting our nation. So.
Yeah.
it's like they're trying to risk the thing. Is like when the war does happen, which I probably won't, but if it does, it's like they don't want to be saved. Is that what they're trying to convey? Of course not. Anyways, there's so many things we can argue about Korean military, the system, the little news articles about these little stores or towns.
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys are interested, ask us anything in the comments.
Yeah, of course.
What
Yep.
you guys did or how was this or anything, and we'll make sure to answer it in the next episode when we talk about our personal experiences. And if we got any facts wrong, we apologize. We try to get most of our facts correct. But I think that was a nice little educational Korean military service video podcast. Any closing words about the military?
Well, just
Nah?
No.
thank you for listening.
Yeah,
I'm just
thank-
excited for our personal
And
stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in this a bit longer episode. Hopefully we didn't bore you. I'm Daniel.
I'm Ju.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Seon.
And I'm Jax.
Thank you for listening to the Social Battery Podcast.
Get ready to get charged.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And take care.
Bye bye.
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 Be safe.